Nice to see you again, Caitlin.
Nice to see you.
So tell me, how have you been?
I've been alright.
Just alright?
Yeah, well, I had a really rough and bad day today. Started off with, I was gonna go to work, but it snowed a lot last night. We had that much snow, so my car got stuck in the snow, so I had to shovel all that out, because my boyfriend was already gone to work, so he couldn't help me. So my car was stuck in the snow, so that caused me to be late for work, which my boss probably wasn't too happy about. But he got over that. So I went into my office to go get some work done, and my coworker came in to talk to me about some things, and my coffee was sitting on my desk, and he knocked it over onto my lap, and that broke my legs. But anyways, I just let that one go, because, it probably wasn't his fault. He probably needed some coffee. So I was doing some work, and later on in the day, my boss came in yelling and screaming at me, because apparently I didn't do a good job on my report that I made yesterday. So we got into a heated argument, and we started yelling and screaming at each other, and I just got so fed up with it that I just quit my job.
Oh, sorry to hear that. So your day started off on the wrong foot, and you continued with your coworkers accidentally spilling your coffee on you.
Yeah.
And then your boss came in freaking about how the report you did wasn't good enough.
Yeah, that's how my day went.
And how do you feel about quitting your job?
Well, I'm a little bit worried because, you need money, you need an income to live nowadays, and with the field of work that I'm in, it's not the easiest thing to get a job where I live, because there's not many jobs to start off with. But my boss he's a jerk anyways.
What makes him such a terrible boss?
Well, he doesn't care about anybody but himself. He just puts all the weight onto our shoulders, so we have to carry him around everywhere. And he's very unappreciative. Anything you do is never good enough. He always thinks he can do better, but yet he never does it himself. I bet he's the reason why I don't sleep at night.
When you're laying in bed, what do you think about?
Mostly work. There's lots of weight on our shoulders. I always think about the day before, if I did my work properly, if my boss isn't even happy with my work. And I think of the day of, if I finished all my work, if I handed it in properly. And then I think of my next week and how to plan for my working life and my social life and my relationship life. Me and my boyfriend, we hardly even get time together anymore because I'm always working. I get home and I prepare supper for him. He sits down at the kitchen table, we eat supper, we talk for maybe an hour or two at the most, and then he's off to bed because he wakes up early for work. So then he's gone, so I'm left to clean up all the messes around the house. And we were supposed to get married in about 2 months, but that got pushed back to about a year from now. So my work life just isn't doing too well right now.
So the stress of both your jobs are clashing together and causing a problem for the relationship?
Yeah, we fight lots nowadays, more than a regular couple should.
And the fighting caused to push the wedding back, correct?
Yeah. I still want to get married in about 2 months, but he thought it would be a better idea to get married in a year whenever we have more money. And now that I lost my job, it's not very convenient to have a marriage once you lose your job. So he made the proposal of getting married later on, and so I accepted.
And how long have you guys been together?
We've been together 5 years now. Our anniversary was actually a couple days ago.
Oh, happy anniversary. Thank you. What made you first fall in love with him?
Oh, he's such a funny guy, and his eyes are beautiful. They're such a really nice blue, and they're nice and big, long eyelashes. So jealous of that long eyelashes. Beautiful. But yeah, he's overall a really funny, nice guy. He's such a gentleman. I really do love him.
That's good. Do you remember your first date?
Yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday.
What happened? What did you guys do?
Well, obviously I was still young at the time, so I was still living with my parents. So he texted me saying to be ready for about 5 o'clock. So he came and picked me up, and we went out to supper at this really nice restaurant. It was really fancy, and he paid for the meal like a gentleman. And then he brought us bowling. Let me tell you that was a fail. Myself, I suck at bowling. Every one of my balls always went into the gutter. And yet him, he's an amazing bowler. He always struck out every time. And then we continued with going to a movie at the theater. And then we just went back to my house and we just hung out for a little bit. Then he went home.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
When did the fighting start?
It started about 6 months back, I think. Yeah, probably about then. We started just, most of the time it was just like a few fights, like here and there, but lately it's been getting a little bit more aggressive. Like usually it's just yelling and screaming at each other, but lately it's been a little bit more hands-on. He pushes sometimes, sometimes he throws things, just little things like that.
Have you ever tried talking to him about it?
No, I don't want to cause more problems between us. With like bringing up the fact, because I know he doesn't mean to do it. Just he gets very angry sometimes and just can't control it. So I don't want to bring it up and make him feel bad.
Does he have a history of anger management?
Whenever he was young, I believe he used to take it, but he's much better now. Like whenever we're fighting, he doesn't mean to do it. He just kind of gets blinded by the rage, and it just kind of happens. I don't blame him though.
How come you feel as if you don't blame him?
Well, I start most of the fights, so like there's lots of things to be done around the house. Like our faucet's currently broken, and I kind of need that to do the dishes. So I ask him a lot to fix it. I've been bugging him for about a month now. But whenever he comes home from work, he's very tired. And I understand that it needs to get fixed, but I really shouldn't bother him about it so much because I know that he'll do it whenever he has the time.
Have you ever thought about hiring a handyman?
No, that's not really in the question right now because we don't have much money, right? Because I just quit my job and, well, we were supposed to be getting married, and so that's a lot of money down the drain because now we're only getting married in a year. So yeah, I haven't really thought of that because money is an issue.
Is there any other source of income in the household?
Yeah, he has a very good job. He brings in quite a bit of money, but still not enough to sit happily. But I mean, there's always a chance of maybe like us moving or me getting a job out of town. But then for the moving, my boyfriend has a really good job here, and we're not guaranteed for a great job wherever we move. So that's a little bit out of the question. Then the traveling, I could travel, but my car's not very trustworthy, so I'm a little bit scared of traveling during the winter.
There's always the option of carpooling. Do you know anyone who travels out of town?
I think a couple of my friends know a couple of people that travel out of town, but it's always the question of like the same hours of work, and what if that person can't make it that day, then how am I supposed to get up? Because I can't afford to lose a day of work. So I guess that would be a good option though. It's carpooling.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Okay.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank
I'd
you.
like to see you again next week if possible.
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you. Make an appointment with my assistant at the front desk.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.